America's election headquarters in depth tonight. While millions of votes have been cast in the primary season so far, the numbers that really count are the hundreds of delegates being fought over, sometimes one at a time, ahead of what could be a pair of messy conventions. Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen tonight on the shadow primary few people ever see.
How are you doing? Very good to meet you.
Texas Senator Ted Cruz will return this weekend to Colorado, site of Saturday's GOP state convention, and where Cruz last weekend peeled off 6 delegates in congressional district assemblies, further evidence of the Cruz operation's superior ground game in the so-called shadow primary.
2 days ago in North Dakota, we had another tremendous win. They elected their delegates. Of the delegates who have specified their support, 18 are supporting our campaign. 1 is supporting Donald Trump.
Trump's campaign acknowledges that in the wooing of the men and women who will serve as delegates this summer, a quieter affair playing out at the county level, the billionaire frontrunner is playing catch-up. But Trump also sees these state delegations playing Ted Cruz.
What makes you think that when it gets to this third and fourth ballot that the Cruz folks are preying on, that they are not going to be voting for Mitt Romney or Marco Rubio or Paul Ryan or whoever it is? They're going to be like, Ted who?
The Trump campaign recently installed Paul Manafort, a veteran GOP operative, to jumpstart its shadow primary operation, and points to some successes of its own.
So we've been wooing the folks on the ballot in West Virginia, and as of today we've wooed 12 of them who are currently running on the ballot for somebody else, but are now going to be our delegates if they get elected.
Yet over the arcane state-by-state rules that award delegates after the voters have spoken, Trump himself has begun voicing frustration.
And then you see the dishonesty. You see where I won Louisiana, and then I find out that I'm not supposed to get as many delegates as a person that I beat. What kind of stuff is that? And somebody said, well, there's a rule and another rule, and I don't care about rules, folks.
Barring a change in rules, only 5% of the delegates in Cleveland will be unbound on the first ballot. That figure surges to 59% on the second ballot, 80% on the third.
They might be influenced somewhat by the state party officials, but at the same time, they're their own individual person who's going to decide straight on who they want to support.
At a campaign summit on Tuesday, officials with the Republican National Committee explained how multiple rounds of balloting could play out. Representing the Cruz campaign was former Virginia Attorney General Ken Cuccinelli, a Cruz surrogate who, we are told, asked numerous questions, including queries about the workings of the RNC's Credentials Committee, which decides which delegates even get seated, Brett.
We will continue to instruct here on Special Report. Thank you, James.
You bet.